Hello, my friends. I am so glad that you are here. So, today I'm going to be working in my apartment. I have had a couple days here where I have not been mentally okay, and I've kind of let things go. And I've just decided that today is the day that we're going to get back into my morning routine and we're going to bring some cleanliness to the apartment so that my space doesn't feel cluttered and overwhelming and my brain doesn't feel cluttered and overwhelmed. I don't know about you, but if my space is kind of dirty and kind of cluttered, I feel kind of dirty and cluttered. And I've been keeping the blinds closed because it's been very cold here. And today is the day where we're going to open them up and let a little bit of sunshine in. And we're going to get our act together and we're going to bring this apartment into order so that I feel back in order. I feel like a lot of times what your home looks like is a reflection of how you feel mentally. And I want to feel better. So in order to feel better, I need to make my space better. So let's get it started. Letting the light in is very important to me. I feel like when I am closed up and in dark spaces, it really affects my mood. So even though the day may not be beautiful, and actually on the Jersey Shore today, we're expecting a pretty big storm with high winds and rain, just a little bit of morning light that came through my sliding door, and I heard some birds, and actually some birds visited me this morning, really did a big thing in lifting my spirits and energizing me and just making me want to bring more organization and cleanliness to my little apartment. And I'm so thankful for that big slider because it lets in a great amount of light. And I really feel like light is so important to mental health. Even sitting by a window to drink a cup of coffee, I feel like can change your mood in a couple minutes. I would definitely recommend letting a little light in. So I'm going to work in the place that I don't want to work first, before I do anything else, I'm going to get my kitchen cleaned up. And I'm so upset, but it is time to throw away the 24 roses that my husband got me for Valentine's. They have lasted this long, but they have a funky smell now, and I hate to throw them away, but it's time. So I'm going to take care of the garbage and get all that cleaned up and ready to go. And then I'm going to do my most hated chore, which is dishes. I'm just going to do them because I know once I do all those dishes, I'm going to feel 100 times better and my kitchen will be clean and uncluttered. And because of that, I know I will feel much more clean and uncluttered in my brain. I hope that makes sense. But it just makes me feel better. It's just getting from the point of telling myself to do it and actually doing it is the torment. Once I start doing it and I'm done doing it, I'm so happy that I did. It's that little time in between of trying to get myself to do it and actually doing it that is the worst. I don't know why, but it's the worst. But we're going to overcome it today and we're going to get it done. So one of the ways that my home feels cozy and welcoming for me, my own personal little thing, is if I have something baking in the oven. If I have something baking in the oven, my home just feels so much warmer and cozier. I don't know how to explain it, but it just does something for me. And whereas I can't be having like sweet treats right now, and I really don't want to tempt myself with that, I'm going to bake tonight's chicken and the chicken that I'll be using for the rest of the week. This is a lot of chicken. I'm just going to put it in the oven. It's only like 11:30, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. We won't eat till about 5, but I'm just going to put it in the oven and bake it. I'll put it in a container, and I'll just have to warm it up for dinner tonight. I just want that feeling and that smell. You know, that smell of something baking in the oven in my house. It gives me a sense of peace. It makes me feel like I'm actually doing something. I don't know if it's a trigger from my childhood, but if I got something baking in the oven, I just feel better. So I'm just going to do it. The chicken smells amazing, and it's time to take it out of the oven. I am super excited to eat this for dinner, I cannot lie. But the next thing that I really want to do to really help myself is kind of like reset my body by doing some very deep stretches. I learned to do very deep stretches when I was in therapy and to do breathing or called breath work to relieve tension and anxiety and depression. So I am going to set myself up on the floor right in front of my window so I get some light, and I'm going to do some deep stretches and some deep breathing just to bring a little balance, a little relief to my body. I'm drinking my second protein coffee of the day. I am on my third or fourth day of only eating one meal a day in preparation for my gastric sleeve. And I have to tell you, it's been hard. It's been very hard, but I can do this. I can do this. I have to sit with these uncomfortable feelings because being hungry is uncomfortable. I was on the phone with my mom this morning, and while we were talking, my stomach was and she's like, "Is that your stomach?" Yeah. It always sings the songs of its people. It's quite hungry. But we're going to deny it. And we're going to sit with the uncomfortable feeling of being hungry, because hungry will not kill me and it will pass. Because I know in the upcoming months, I am going to be hungry at times. Before I have my gastric sleeve, when I'm preparing for my pre-op diet, and definitely after. So I am mentally and physically preparing myself for this. So, but I have to tell you, doing the little bit that I did today, taking care of my kitchen, vacuuming, I dusted a little, I didn't show everything, but everything that I did, and especially my floor work, that deep stretching and breathing and breath work, it always makes me feel 100 times better. And I don't know why I don't do it more often. Because I notice that when I am, kind of like, we'll just call it a funk, when I'm in a little bit of a funk, I don't know about you, but my back and my shoulders kind of carry the weight of that, and they get very stiff, and my hips get really tight. But when I do that floor work, where I do really deep stretches, it may not look really deep to you guys because I'm a big girl. It's hard to see the deep stretch, but I can feel it. I can feel that stretch, especially in the back of my legs. It really helps with my hips, and it loosens up my neck, and it loosens up my shoulders. And when you end it with that, my therapist always said 3 deep breaths. And she also would tell me to, like, if I was in a car and all of a sudden, like, anxiety hit me and it felt like it was going to go into a panic attack, the best way to stop it without having meds on you or, sticking your hand in cold ice. There's so many different ways that therapists will tell you to redirect your brain so that you don't go into a full-blown panic attack. One of the things that she always told me was taking 3 really deep breaths. And for me, that is always work. And I mean, I have to take like really deep. And when I take it all the way in, I hold it for as long as I can, to the point where it feels like my lungs are going to burst before I let it out. And then I do 2 more. And I'm telling you, that little technique, whatever you want to call it, really has helped. So I'm going to end the video here and just encourage you that if you're in a little funk of your own, it is winter. Maybe it's not winter where you're at, but it's winter in America. In some places in America, it's still warm, but on the East Coast, we'll just say it's winter. And the winter can be long and harsh. And some places in the East Coast, I'm kind of one of them, winter can be almost 6 months long. Like, seasonal depression is a thing. You could be like 6 months long here with a few days sprinkled in of nice weather that just teases you. So, like, if you're in a little funk, do something that'll make you feel good, whether it's some stretching, do some dishes, sweep your floor, bake something in your oven, whatever. The geese are out there. Did you hear them? The geese are back. But anyways, whatever makes you feel better, just whatever thing you have that makes you feel better. A clean space gives me a clean mind. Something baking in the oven just makes me feel warm and cozy and kind of like homey. And when my body's really tense and my hips are really tight, if I do a little bit of floor work and some breath work, I feel 100 times better. And I do. So I'm going to end this video here, and I'm going to go start another one for my second channel. and probably another one for this channel too. And I will see you guys in the next one. But remember, I love you. Jesus loves you so much more. And you're worthy to feel good about your space and you. And if nobody's told you, you're enough, you're loved, and I'm happy that you're part of my tribe. If you're not part of my tribe, hit the subscribe button. It's free, and you can be a part of the Lovey Tribe, where we love one another, accept one another as you are, and just this is a safe place where you can be. I love you. I'll talk to you in another one. Bye, guys.